to James Trusty on what that decision might be in the next few months. James is the former DOJ prosecutor, a law partner. James, what do you think? How would the Supreme Court move on this? It's a gut call, I know, but I'm just curious what you think.
Yeah, my gut tells me that the administration's in trouble, that they're looking, the Supreme Court doesn't have to take any case, much less on an emergency basis. They've chosen to take these cases. I think they're looking at it and saying, hey, the Constitution pretty clearly defines the power to regulate for public safety, for public welfare, as a state power, not a federal one. So I think these mandates are in a lot of trouble when they get up to the Supreme Court, but I guess we'll find out in short order.
I always wondered, James, in the past whether the administration knew it was up against a legal wall on this, but the hope was that more people would get vaccinated, so it would be net, good end development for them. 200 million Americans now have been vaccinated, at least one shot, so they might have succeeded on that front.
Yeah, I mean, look, there's certainly, there may be a politically and maybe health-wise a beneficial aspect to this no matter what happens to the litigation. But from a pure litigation standard, Biden said way back when, I think it was President Biden, might have been Nancy Pelosi or both, that these federal mandates can't be done. They won't stay constitutional. So if you're a litigant in this thing, if you're representing the states, you're going to be quoting the very people that are pushing these mandates as saying they're failures, that they're not constitutional under our system. So that could be an interesting bad moment for the administration as well.
I never thought about that. I always learned something, James. Let me ask you a little bit about the legal battle back and forth on these mandates, city and state requirements to wear masks and all this other stuff. A lot of people were surprised some of the sweeping moves that Bill de Blasio, for example, was taking in New York with only days left of his administration and the almost autonomous power he had to do all of that. Can that be fought?
It can be fought. I mean, there's a real difference. I think what your viewers have to keep in mind is there's a fundamental difference between federal action and state action in this context. And states and cities have a lot more authority to push for mandates or for some sorts of restrictions with a lot more deference from the courts, because, again, this falls into their policing powers. It falls into the ability of the state under the Constitution. There's a Supreme Court case, maybe in the 1930s, that said the state of Massachusetts can mandate smallpox vaccinations across the board because smallpox was such a serious disease and the outbreak was so serious. So, again, that's been established law. That's not going to change. And the change when it comes to whether we agree to these types of state actions is really a political change. When Adams comes in, does he upend what de Blasio had to do, or do voters get sick of restrictions on a state and local level and take action by way of referendums or by electoral process?
Do you think throughout this whole pandemic, James, we've opened the door for more government oversight, nannying, whatever you want to call it, using the excuse of a crisis, and now having this experience will continue to do and build on it in the future?
Yeah, look, that's a legitimate concern. I think we're seeing all sorts of erosion of notions of federalism from the Department of Justice and this Attorney General, from this administration. And, it's emergencies are always the justification to take extraordinary action. But then when you look back 50 years later, 100 years later, you say, oh, that's where we lost our freedoms. So I think there's going to be a lot of people that have an idea of looking harshly and maybe fairly at the actions of different political figures over these last couple of years and deciding, when was it too much? When was it not justified by science? And when was it pure politics at its worst?
Well put. Well put. James Trusty, great catching up with you. Thank you.
You too. Thanks, Neil.